Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to TBV Live. I'm Corey, and if this is your first time here, welcome. Today, we're going to have a pretty interesting conversation, dare I say a little spicy, because we're going to talk about submission. Whenever we get into this conversation about submission, I think the biggest problem between both men and women is not understanding what submission is. This is why there's a great divide. If we both understood what it meant, then no one would be arguing back and forth. And this is where I will say forevermore that the enemy will always take something that is meant for good and pervert it. So submission, there's two words in here. There's sub and there's mission. Sub is the prefix, which means below, underneath. This is where you get submarine, subway, subconscious. It's under something. And then mission is a specific important task or a strong sense of purpose that guides your actions, and it defines what you are trying to achieve, who you're serving, and what's the overarching goal that you're trying to get to, that you're committed to, right? And so when it comes to our life's assignment, this is something that is given to us from God and is really on our part to seek Him for. That's number one. And it's both men and women. I'm not even playing on one side or the other for right now. But our life's purpose is to give glory and honor to God, and we do that through our assignments. Now, fellas, when you say that a woman doesn't want to submit, what does that actually mean? When you say that, women don't want to have the man lead, what does that exactly mean? Because what I see out in the world, and this is no shade to any man, but just hear what I'm saying. Many of you don't even know where you're going for you. Never mind us. Just for yourself. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what your life's assignment is, and you might have some type of idea. But for the most part, there are a lot of you who just are flying by the seat of your pants. Fellas, with all due respect, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know, why you're here and what your life's assignment is, it is going to be very hard to convince a woman who may be in alignment with you to follow you. Okay? So this is not a question of women don't want to submit or don't know how. It starts with you being clear about where the Lord is taking you, if you're even interested. Because the other issue is that the enemy takes something that the Lord creates and then turns around and perverts it. He doesn't want to see marriage. He doesn't want to see union. He doesn't want to see us, working together for the glory of God. That ticks him off. So, of course, he's going to take something like physical intimacy, which is something God created, and pervert it by saying, oh, you don't have to wait, or you don't have to save yourself, or you don't have to treat your body as a temple. Do what you want. I know I'm kind of, digressing a little bit, but it's just for you to understand how something that is supposed to be orderly is turned into disorder when we are fed lies. And now, ladies, I want to try to find a way to make this make sense for a lot of you. But I'm going to start off by saying, if you're not the type of person that wants to be in a long-term relationship that will lead to marriage, this video ain't for you. And I don't need to hear it in the comments. Just exit stage left. I'm speaking to all the women who desire marriage, who are looking, praying, fasting for their kingdom spouse. We have to understand this notion of submission. It is not about being someone's slave wife. It is about asking God, and my pastor said this, because I can't even take credit for this, but like this was so on point, that when we start praying for our kingdom spouse, what we're asking God for is the man that we want to help. We are praying for the man that comes into our lives that we want to help. And that really is what we were created for. We were created for, I could use it as like, we are the battery pack in his back. We motivate, we encourage, we love on, we support, we nurture. Like that is who we are. And so in understanding that, why would we not want to support the mission? Why would we not want to submit to the mission? Because he's out there fighting for us, or fighting for you, fighting for me. That man is out there every day fighting for you, fighting for your family. And the least that you could do is support him in that fight. And that's just as basic as I'm going to leave it, because trust me, there are a lot of places that I can go, but I don't want to make this like a 25-minute video. But that's what the submission is about. It's about being that support system to the overall mission. And if both of you are not submitted to God, of course you're going to butt heads. But if you're both submitted to God, then both of you will get the revelation of knowing where you're headed. And it wouldn't be a problem. There wouldn't be this back and forth. And fellas, you also need to submit to your wife, because in as much as you want her to, get on board with the mission, you got to be able to take her advice sometimes. You got to be able to hear her concerns sometimes. You got to know that for us as women, we have something called intuition, right? That's what the world calls it, intuition. So our insight can really become helpful, because there are things that we as women are able to see that you may not be able to see. So the submission piece is not about one over the other, though order dictates that way. Biblical order dictates that way, but there's also the partnership aspect of it, where she is as much valuable in the mission as you are spearheading it. And so that is my piece on what it means to submit, what submission means. Give me your feedback. Let me know if anything that I've said in here has struck a chord with you, because I truly believe that we do not have a very good understanding of what that means. And if this video in some parcel has helped in you just digging a little deeper, or at least taking this back and marinating on it, then I feel like I've accomplished something. And I pray that it's enough for us to consider how we approach submission, because the narrative itself, or the act itself, is not the problem. It is our lack of understanding. So with that, thank you for joining me today in this conversation. Let me hear you guys in the comments what you think about submission. If you have other ideas, anything that you'd like to add to it. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves. Honor yourselves as individuals and honor each other. Okay? You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.